Andy, what's up, buddy?
Yo, 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 what's going on, Scott?
Rocking and rolling, bro. Rolling Thunder, episode 33. I was thinking about that today. I was talking to my business partner. I was like, dude, we've been doing this 33 weeks now. Bro, we got RGAs already in here. Well, how are we laughing? What's going on, big dog?
Yo, yo, look at this guy. What's going on, man?
Hey, gents. How you doing?
Rocking and rolling, man. It's Friday night. We're doing our thing. And as you can already tell, guys, we're having an open invitation for guests tonight. So if you'd like to hop in and talk to us, ask us questions, or have them asked to you, go ahead and feel free to hit that link. I'll post it periodically through the stream. But yeah, what's going on, RGA? How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing a lot better than I was for the majority of the week. I had to put a radiator in the wife's Jeep because her other car hit, and damn thing fought me every step of the way. Call it to just empty every pocket, from what one of my viewers called it.
What kind of Jeep is it?
It's a 2007 Liberty.
Oh, gotcha.
Got that 3.7 in it.
Yeah. So it's probably fun getting that run the AC condenser and all that stuff too.
Yeah, it's got stupid plastic ears that hold the condenser, the tranny cooler. Well, no, yeah, tranny cooler, and then the oil cooler bolts to the framework that the core supports. It's just strange.
Oh snap! We got Dave in here too. I didn't mean to cut you off, RJ.
Oh no, yeah, tranny cooler, and then the oil
About to be a party.
The framework that the core supports.
And Mullen. Yo, yo, yo.
Hello.
Just after my wife gets home from the store, I'll probably have to step out and help her with groceries. But I wanted to come and hang out with you guys because this is freaking cool.
No, dude, I'm glad you did for a minute at least. Take it in. I know you've taken in. Obviously, frequent the stream, and I was hopped in on yours. They gave you an invitation the other night.
Hello.
We got somebody echoing.
Where's Cigar Joe at? He needs to jump in here.
He probably
He's
will
the
be
usual.
at some point.
You know what? I'm going to blame Dave for the reverb.
Yeah, this is not my fault this time.
Oh no! What's happening, Dave? Friggin', what's happening, Sean? How you doing, guys? I wish we need to get both you guys on for separate interviews. All you guys actually for separate interview at nights. Like we got to do it one night.
Absolutely.
I'd be honored.
Hell yeah! So we're taking what's happening, fellas? It's Friday night. Did you have a good week? Everything
Oh my
going good?
goodness.
Dave, you got some toys this week.
Yeah, this is not my fault this time.
Oh, gotcha. Boom. Anybody there, guys? What's up?
I'm here.
I think we're just trying to figure out who's got the echo.
Yeah, I think someone's got the YouTube playing still on their phone. I think that's what it is. It sounds like a nice delay.
Any
I'd be
rate.
honored.
Heck yeah. So moving forward, Sean, what's up with you, buddy?
Oh my goodness.
Dave, you got
I'm glad the week's over with. I'm gonna try to make some YouTube videos this weekend. Maybe get a flex video on this box that you guys are sitting on top of right now.
Hell yeah. Is that the one you stained yourself or no?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
someone's
the big purple box.
on their phone. I think
Oh.
that's what it is.
We got
Sounds like
free-
a nice delay.
Here we go.
Stepped out.
Any
I'd
rate.
be honored.
Freaking Dave, let me see that tab,
Here,
dog.
I'm gonna exit out and try this again.
All right, bet. Dude, y'all see his freaking have y'all seen his new Rockford tattoo he's got?
Uh-uh.
Dude, he's got a freaking Rockford Fosgate big forearm tattoo. He just got it the other day. Chris,
Oh,
what's
that's
happening, buddy?
That's insane, man. That's insane. That's dedication right there
I know,
for sure.
bro. Speaking of Rockford Fosgate, Chris Nelson, feel free to hop in. This guy's a previous Rockford employee.
Oh, I think I've heard of him.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of a big deal. If you know, you know.
My
Absolutely.
buddy Jake, about 2 years ago, he went and got a Vega tattoo on his ankle.
A Hi-Fi Vega one?
No,
Oh, gotcha.
Uh,
Bro, I almost want to. I have so many dumb tattoos. I would almost get a Hi-Fi Vega tattoo now. I'm not even lying. I love it
tattoo?
that much. I do not have one. I have a Snap-on one though.
Oh,
there
look
you go.
at that.
Yeah, it's like the worst tattoo on me. I was drunk. I was in Tennessee. It was $30 tattoo night. Okay, I was like,
God.
Ooh, that's a
sign-
deal. That's
yeah,
a deal.
I hadn't been tattooed in like 2 years, so I was like $30. I've had like 4 cold snacks. Like fuck yeah, dude, sign me up, dog. And it's literally the worst tattoo I have on me. And like they couldn't even like the S has like jaggeds in and stuff like that. It's supposed to be like not sharped off on the corner there and all kinds of stuff like that. Like, but I didn't go fuck. Like, but
Got all the chicken heads standing in line waiting to get their tattoo.
hell yeah,
$33 is $33, man.
yeah, dude, I didn't care, man. Like I'm due for a tattoo now.
If you act out, I'll draw on you with a Sharpie.
The thing is, though, it didn't even look at the time when I got it because like it'll be raised for a little while and stuff like that. It didn't look like it had like sharp, rounded, like sharp pointed off corners, and yeah, it surely does. But obviously, like, I'll just let it fade and I'll go around it again and do another outline. And it'll be fine. But at this point, it's like it doesn't
I've got Transformer tattoos all over me.
Yeah, you're pretty covered too, man.
I gotta get one finished.
Yeah, dude, I have a whole back piece. I have no sleeve. Only thing that's done is both my arms. But I have a back, chest, rib cage piece. A freaking both my legs are sleeved.
Tatted up.
But none of them. See, I worked in a tattoo shop for like 2 years, and I was an apprentice for 2 years before I actually worked there as an artist. But so you just draw, sit around getting bored and draw on each other, and then next thing, holy shit, he's got the snake with him. But so I covered pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's just a garter snake, right?
That's a carpet python.
That's awesome.
It's my buddy Spot. He was out and about.
What's up, Dave? Garter snake, right?
I think it's on his end.
It's definitely Dave. Damn.
Yep.
Dave, before you go, show your tattoo, dog. Show your tattoo before you go.
He was
There you go.
Rockford Foskey.
Yeah, there you go. Chris Nelson, the previous Rockford guy's in here.
So it's my setup.
I don't know how, but you sound good though.
Yeah, you sound good. It's just the reverb, and it's got to be something with your computer, or I'm not too sure because it could be a setting on that, but I doubt it's StreamYard. You could try the echo cancellation clicking button, but I don't know, man. We'll have to try to figure that out before the show for my show next. It's something with your computer, but anyway, we're happy you're here.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not a huge deal.
No.
Heck yeah. So what you working on, Dave? Tell me what the stuff you got this week.
It's got to be something with your computer.
Oh yeah, it's definitely got a pretty big lag.
I'm not too sure because it could.
All right, sorry about that. I'll try.
No, you're good, dog.
Figuring this out.
You could try the echo. Where's your phone at? Where's your phone at? Like your cell phone?
My
like you were
phone.
watching the stream. Where's that at?
Here.
Is it playing the video right now? We'll have to try to figure that out before the show.
Look at the little Vegas.
It's something with your computer. But anyway.
I need those cabinets.
Okay.
We're happy you're here.
Sorry about that. I had to put the python back.
Let me get those cabinets off you, dog. I need those Silver Vegas.
I think RGA's got some of those too, man.
Yeah, Dave's got. I actually didn't see it. I didn't freaking realize. Yeah, I was talking about RGA's cabinets behind him. I didn't even notice Dave's behind him until he hops off.
I've got quite the collection of Vega, and some of my buddies, between two of my friends, they have like 147 pairs, I think.
Damn.
I need some. I have like a weird strange obsession for '90s Cerwin Vegas. I mean, like I've got both. I've got 4 sets of the XL12 home cabinets, and for no reason. But they all need foam now. They like I have one that in my living room set right now that are kind of still together, but I need to refoam all of them.
Yeah, that's a common problem. I'm deep in the Vega world and have been for decades.
Hell yeah.
I was trying, when I went up to Roseville, Minnesota, I stopped into a place called Midwest Speaker, and we were talking about trying to get stampings of butyl made so that rather than going back to foam and having to dig with it for another 20, 30 years, just slap some specced out butyl surrounds back on them so that we ain't got to fight with foam rot.
I think I'm sure if we really wanted to, I could talk to like Andreas Ravani or somebody like that, and they probably is a rubber surround that would go on those. It just wouldn't be red. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was what we were talking about in Midwest was could we do it with at least a similar reddish or reddish pink? Because even the repros from like Speaker Exchange or Simply, the shade changes, like my RE30s in my living room, they're a little bit pinker than the 20s. I did them all. One was from the 20s were the Speaker Exchange foams, and the 30s were the Midwest foams.
Yeah.
Eminent red over gray.
Yeah, I would definitely not do the gray. It would look like a freaking weird cabinet speaker then. It already is, but the red makes it cool. It wouldn't be cool if it was black or gray, dude. I mean,
I think they really stick out because of that red surround, man. You know,
Dude,
I had a recone. Well, that was actually the second speaker I ever reconed. And I'm like, oh no, it's a Cerwin Vega. This thing's really rare. I hope I don't mess this up. But it wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
I never owned anything Cerwin Vega.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just never have.
I never have either. I know I can do it. It just I haven't. I don't know, dude. I had a sister. I had a sister. I still have a sister. My sister was
What happened
living
to
with
her?
me, and she had a Chihuahua. For some reason, I had you got to have them out. You got to have the covers off because they look awesome displayed out. And I had the 10-inch powered subwoofer. The dog ate the entire surround off of the subwoofer. Just the
Jesus.
surround. It literally didn't even scratch the cone, but the surround was gone.
Oh,
And, yeah, I was I'm still heartbroken since then.
He probably thought it was a donut. You know.
I have no freaking clue, bro. But he literally ate the surround, dude. He even had red turds later. Like I'm not even joking. Bro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude.
Went right through the system.
Yeah, I mean, like, he didn't adjust nothing. But
Can't.
yeah, so I popped a Rockford P1 8 ohm in it, and it still gets it, but it's not the silver and Vega that came out of it.
man. I see that a lot over in the Vega groups. I run one, I'm partnered with another, and then at one point I admin several because I was just trying to help people find resources to refoam, recone, that sort of stuff. And unfortunately, I got tagged as only liking Serwin Vega, which isn't the case. I help my friends with Infinity, Paradigm, you name it. If it's a decent speaker, I think it's worth saving, especially with the way things have gone. There's nothing like a big speaker. And in the home audio stuff, you really can't get them in. It's all the speaker towers.
Or sound bars with a subwoofer.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Sean?
I'm sorry, what?
We're talking about how home audios translate more to like small speakers and a subwoofer.
Oh, yeah.
It just is, yeah, it just does.
Yeah.
Man, I've had about
Yes.
2 hours worth of sleep last night because my son was just throwing up everywhere.
I was about to ask you how was he doing.
He's doing okay. He come home. He threw up in his mask at school, so I felt bad for him because he.
Sure, that'd be
So
terrible.
we get him home, and my wife gets him in the shower, and the first thing he does is just throw up everywhere. So, okay, so we drag his bed to the living room. We set him up a little spot out in the living room so we can get him all fixed up. Doing all the parent stuff. And we put the trash can next to him, and he's on his tablet, and he's got his headphones on. And the next thing you know, he's just face down in the trash can, vomit coming out of his nose and everything.
Ooh.
So I stayed up until about midnight watching him. And then every time I went to bed, and my wife slept on the bed next to him. And every time he made a noise or a grunt, I'm back out there. So I got about 2 hours of sleep, and that's from having about 3 hours of sleep the night before.
Oh wow.
And dude, my brain it's scrambled eggs right now. But
I'm digging your whole setup you got going there. I realize it's on a box at the wall and all that stuff though, but yeah, you're getting your groove with your things video. I'm digging the video. I like how you seductively rub and pat the wood.
yeah, I'm just trying to do stuff that I've had in my mind for a long time. I just want to get it out. I want to, I've been wanting to do something with these stupid subs I've had sitting on the shelf forever. And I wanted to learn to stain better. And, everybody's helped me. I want to build a box I got to build a box for my cousin. I got to finish carpeting this box over here, which I had to call Parts Express and cancel my order because everything's on back order. And then I just had to order stuff off Amazon, which I hate doing, but you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Staining is not easy, man. The first time I was staining, I was like real particular with it. And Tony's like, nah, man, just dump it on there and then spread it out real fast so it doesn't glop up. And it depends what kind of wood you're using and the color of the wood and the color of the stain of how deep or rich you want. And it's not as easy as it looks, but it is pretty easy once you learn how to do it. And it's just kind of messy, you know what I mean? Takes a while to get off your fingers.
There's always
Exactly.
technique to everything. It's just like painting a car. You got prep, you got your your stain, and then you got your clear coats, and then you got your light scuffing and buffing in between. And then I just grabbed my car buffer and just went to town on this whole box of car buffer and some gloss clear.
Yeah, like the clear coat kind of.
for 150 years, and it worked out good. I mean, it's smooth as hell and looks halfway decent. So
It looks great, man. Yeah, for especially DIY. I've taken both I took really a lot of time when I did that 415 no wall box and we did multiple coats. I did all the brush lines, beautiful and stuff like that. When I did my wall stain, it was literally like, this is 2 days before Slamology. I was at my warehouse. I was just sticking I had a glove on, just dumping a rag in the freaking thing, smearing, bro, just smearing.
Yeah.
And after about 3 coats, it looks halfway okay if you have the lights turned kind of dim. You know what I mean? Now it's covered in deadener. It doesn't matter. So
Yep. Now was that last year's Slamology? The one where you guys had to sit in line forever?
Yeah. Not only that, my alternator fell off as soon as.
That's why I said put blue Loctite on it.
Yeah, bro, it fucking just fell the fuck off. Like it broke. Well, actually, didn't. The bolts didn't come out. It just literally broke the heads off the stock bolts. It just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny because I walked by your truck when you were underneath the hood.
Oh,
I walked by and I looked over and I just seen your ass sticking out of the top of the hood, and I'm like, "Oh, there's Scott," and I was like, "Nah, he's busy. I'm not gonna talk to him."
Yeah, I remember that now. The dude, it was kind of funny because I was beating out in the lane in like the line to get in, and I'm like, man, my AC ain't blowing as cold as it's supposed to be, you know. And I wonder how long the alternator was just hanging on for dear life.
Dude, I was sweating hot water that day.
El Fuego, what's going on, buddy?
How you doing, man?
What's up?
Fuego!
Digging those freaking kickers in the background there, bro. I was like looking to figure it out, Dave. We gotta have you back, Dave. We gotta have you back.
Absolutely.
The what's happening, Fuego? How you doing tonight, man?
Doing great. Thanks for the opportunity. Just getting packed up. I'm moving on Monday, so I gotta put some grills over those old school kickers there so I can protect them in the move. So I got them out ready to do that.
What are you moving?
High-Fi Vegas shirt.
Yeah, so I was able to obtain the Hi-Fi Vega boombox from him, and he sent me a shirt that's got
the boombox on it.
OG, yeah, and it's on the bot. Yeah, it's the
True
bot.
OG.
So wardrobe's always important. I had it all planned out where I was going to put on my glasses and wear the same shirt Andy has on, and I was going to be the older, fatter Andy. But when I got the shirt in the mail, I figured I better put it on.
Heck yeah, man. I like it. I like it. Now that boombox that he made, do you have that right there, or is that put away somewhere?
It's it right there behind him.
Yeah, it's
I don't have the screen zoomed in. Let me see here. I see it right there.
Yeah.
So that's not super big. It's got like a mid-bass driver and like 2 3-inch and 2 1-inch tweeters.
Yeah, it's got a 8-inch passive radiator on the back of it.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
That is awesome.
It's a cool piece because it's got the battery pack inside, so you can. I used it in my office, charge it up. If I want to take it on the road, you put that old CCA, of course, wire handle on it, so you could pack it if you're going to a picnic or say you're on vacation and just want something to listen to. You just pack it with you. Battery
sounds pretty good though.
It does. Yeah, it's surprising. It's very surprising the amount of bass because that's a 6-inch, woofer, but with the passive radiator, not sure how exactly he weighted the passive radiator and how it was tuned, but it plays. I'm impressed. It plays low.
Heck yeah. It's like the Posi Traction Marine. It just does. He probably just slapped it all together and is like, this sounds pretty dang good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't see Rob just signing off on anything without at least a little bit of OCD with his,
He probably took the most money on stickering it. Yeah.
Yeah, he sticker bombed it with like somewhere between 400 and 600 stickers.
It's insane.
Now this cost me a pretty penny in trade though. I had to give up a mint condition, old school Orion 225 HCCA.
Oh, sick!
I remember you telling me that.
That's
a tough trade, but I mean,
it's going in the right hands.
You got something different. You got something different. You got. I'm sure you have a few amps at home. You know what I mean? You got that custom boombox, man. It's awesome.
Just a few. Yeah.
So I got a question for you guys. Now, I got a guy that used to run a stereo shop way back in probably the mid-90s. And he showed me his new old stock collection he's been hoarding for the last 30 years, 25 years.
Whoa.
He's got some unopened tins, and it's all atomic equipment. So it's unopened tins. He's got some of them still in the box. He opened them to show some people. And, people's offered him money over the years. 4 tins, 2 sets of 6.5, 2 sets of 4.5, and some custom built crossovers. What would you guys pay for that?
I don't even know anything about that brand though, so it's all the desirability of it. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you, man. It sounds like it's good stuff. I've got
Atomic was kind of like, I would say, in my personal opinion, it's kind of mid-grade stuff back in the day. but they even predate the atomics I have in this box right here. So we're talking.
I've heard of it. I've heard of Atomic, but I don't know them as, high end, like you said. It's probably like a middle brand tier. Right. So, I mean, honestly, anything like that, it's like collector's value. What is it worth to you as a collector, the one buying it? Do you really need it, or do you really just want it? And that really decides on the price that you're willing to pay and what that person's willing to charge. And people like that, usually when they sell something that's a collector item, it's worth a lot to them, so they're trying to get top dollar. If you can get it for a decent price, then that's a win-win. But usually those people that have something that's in brand new condition, they're holding on to it for a reason. They know that someone's going to pay the penny. Is it going to be you? And then are you going to use it? That's just like buying a brand new car, and driving off the lot. As soon as you open it up, there goes the value. So it all depends what you want and what you need it for.
I know what he wants for it, but I don't want to give him what he wants for it. So.
What's he asking? Like 800?
He started off at 1,000.
Okay.
He got down to 750. Now offered him 5. And so far, I think he's kind of. If we could meet in the middle, I'm going to say that won't be too bad. But like the custom crossovers that they built him way back in the day for his demo vehicle, they don't mean shit to me because I really can't use them for anything.
But novelty pieces, yeah.
2 unopened 10s still sealed, 2 10s still in the box. And some 6.5, some 4.5. What am I going to do with them?
You're going to find a Jeep Cherokee, and you're going to make it cool. Yeah.
Heck yeah. 70s cars, I'd have to put them in like a 70s or 80s car.
Yeah, nothing uses the 4.5s anymore. There's a guy in my route too that has a couple of the Rockford T Power amps that are still brand new in box, but he wants like weighted gold, like more than they'll even pull with the Rockford community for him. And and speaking of that, do you know how many people I pissed off? Speaking of buying new old stocks, do you know how many people I made mad in the Rockford community buying those T Power amps brand new in box and just pulling them right out and putting them right in my truck? A lot of people did not like that, at all. But hey, I like to use them, and I always kept them pristine. It's not like I was scratching them or anything like that.
Man, that's the problem with a collection. It's like having a car you don't drive versus something you enjoy versus a shelf queen. Like I've got some stuff laying around here that I probably shouldn't play with or modify or mess with, but to hell with it, YOLO. I'd rather play with my girlfriend than save her for somebody else, if you catch my drift.
Oh, sure. I have some ADS stuff that I really won't use and stuff like that, and I can't even think of that. I have some Vifa drivers and stuff like that that are old school stuff that I probably won't ever use, and just I don't know. So I already have made a day collection stuff, and I collect and resell the amps quite often, but I already have the I'll probably never use my ADS 320i component set, just cherish them because that was like one of my first entries to car audio. Speaking of ADS, okay, that plays. I don't know if any of you guys pay attention to my stuff where I found that Datsun and the 300ZX and all that stuff at shop that where I was posting those cars up. Any rate, there's a BMW next to it, and something told me. So how I found this place, we're getting our tool truck worked on, and this is like a mechanic shop that he got inherited from his dad and stuff like that. So there's it's a big piece of property too. So there's a bunch of shit on this property. But any rate, so I'm taking tools off of our tool truck that's getting worked on to take them back to the warehouse so we can do inventory. So there's an older 80s, 84, 85 BMW 330 or something like that, or 318, whatever it was at the time. And I was walking up on it. I'm like, this is going to have ADS in it. I swear to freaking God, there's ADS square plate speakers in the back of it. So I've already worked out a deal on buying these mini trucks. And be like, yo, dog, I really want those plate speakers in the back deck of that freaking BMW. I'm like, I really want them. So because I had the ADS component set as my first thing, and I had a set of the matching 320, the plate square speakers, which is just a component in the crossover on a board. But
I had those and the component set in my 87 town car. I learned about ADS through their home speakers. One of the first sets of speakers I ever owned, I've still got. They're ADS L470 home speakers, little bookshelf.
Mm-hmm. I've always wanted some ADS home speakers. I've never even came across a pair in the wild.
They're harder than one would think to get a hold of, especially in good shape with the sticky tweeters and whatnot that they've got.
Dave, you didn't have an Echo last time you were here, by the way.
The German thing, ADS got its.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
It sounds better. Where'd he go now?
So Dave, you're good. You're good, bro.
You dipped in and dipped out.
Sorry, you were saying.
Look up Braun drivers, Barun. That's
Oh.
where ADS got its origin.
I'm familiar with it, and they even look identical. Even when you're like, you're looking like the driver style, it's like the exact same thing. So even when you're coming across ADS home cabinet, which I nerd out, I'll be like ADS home cabinet, and then I'll be like, I can just imagine what it'd be like to have these cabinets in my living room right now. And then you come across Braun stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you said square speakers, are those like those old school, like full range square drivers?
No, they're like in-walls, Andy. They'd remind you of an in-wall, basically. It's just a mid-bass and the sticky dome tweeter and the crossover components on the back of the square plate.
Oh, okay, middlers, or just pretty much, yeah.
ADS silk domes have set a standard for my tweeters my entire life. That was, like I said, my first set was ADS 325 IS component set. Never, ever, I feel like I say that I won't use the ADS speakers. I'm probably going to use the tweeters, but I'm not going to use the 5 1/4.
They're beautiful. Their off-axis is fantastic. Their image is wonderful, and their tonality is just exquisite. Like, I had once thought about trying to second-hand source some and making a Vega or Polk, because I had a bunch of Polk shit, too. I used to have SDA SRSs, the 5-foot-tall, giant SDA SRSs. And I didn't much care for the Peerless tweeter array that was in those, and I was trying to source 8 of those sticky. Yeah, good luck with that. There is a fella, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, that does rebuilds on that stuff, Scott. If you dig deep enough into the ADS community, you'll find him. I want to say his name's David something.
I have, luckily, mine are intact. The only thing I think I've told Andy about it before is I have the components that I got it, and it was like new, I have the box, all that stuff. The first time I hooked power to it, the spider came unglued from the basket, which literally just came up, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I'm not trying to brag. I spent a pretty okay penny on buying a box set of ADS component sets, and I'm like, the first time I hooked, that's the downfall. That's why I love old amps more, like the car audio side, than old speakers, is because, like, if you get a 90s, especially an 80s, a 90s subwoofer, like, if it plays, it's not gonna be playing long if you actually use it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to recount it.
That's what I'm afraid of with these.
Yeah. And something you even have to be careful of, and like those box speakers, how they were stored, like they could have spider sag just from sitting.
Yeah. Yeah. I had them in the closet sitting on top of each other for years. So
I was talking about the ones from your homeboy or whatever, the new ones.
Yeah.
I've seen like HX2s and stuff like
box.
that. Yeah, I've literally seen HX2s, like Rockford HX2s, be brand new in box, and be where they've sat just regular upright for so long, and they still have spider sag just from the weight of the cone.
Yep.
I feel like age gets to pretty much everything and everyone eventually.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I'm such a huge fan of material science advancements in audio, like the technology you guys all know. The woofers, the tweeters, it's basically all the same technology that was pioneered in late 30s, 40s. It's carried forward, moving coil, stationary magnet, spider pack foam. It's all basically the same stuff, but as the materials advanced, I had hoped longevity and durability would become more prevalent, I guess, so you didn't have to worry about that sort of stuff.
Oh, sure. But we get modern stuff with that. But the cool thing, I think, with modern car audio and technology and DSP is it brings a whole new life to old amplifiers that don't have crossovers built in on them. So, like, you can literally take and run a DSP and run any of your old school amps you'd like to, and usually even have adjustable pre-out into them and stuff like that, depending on what DSP you use, and bring them back to life. So I don't know. And Rob, I wish we could take and find RVH. I wish we could find some freaking kicker amps. I can throw a rock in North Georgia and find a freaking handful of old school Rockford amps. You're not finding old school kicker amps in North Georgia like that. They're just not here, man. Like,
none of that stuff's around here either.
Yeah.
Try and find anything in freaking Iowa. It's hit or miss since we have crap.
I found 8 boxed. I've at ADS, AS10s, freaking multiple component sets, all kinds of ADS. I found new in box in the wild here on like Facebook Marketplace, and Rockford amps brand new in box. You can't find a kicker for nothing, and I always buy it if I do. Yeah.
I can't. No one wants to get rid of them, but I mean, honestly, I feel like some people, they just want to sell it a little bit too high too. I either see it, really high price on the kicker stuff. It's like, might as well go buy new, or it's like, I don't know what I have. Give me $20, and then it's that. So,
if you want the good stuff, you're gonna have to pay money.
The thing about Oh, for nostalgia, I agree, is a big thing. But the thing, it's such a hard corresponding factor on it too, even amplifiers or subs to get that nostalgia factor is. And people, you have to weigh it too on some of the collectability. Now, obviously, like some of the big name people that amps pull ridiculous money or what they more than they did MSRP new, which was crazy. But at the end of the day, more of your entry or even mid-level tier grade stuff that's like new product is going to kick the dog snot out of old school stuff.
I tell you what, I've had this for years. This Fosgate Power 54 4 ohms. This thing's been awesome.
Those are beautiful speakers, man. Yeah.
Do what?
I have a pair of those. I actually have one that's working. The other one, the foam's gone, but those are fantastic speakers.
I nuked the first one. I don't know what, something happened to it, but I've had this thing. It's been on my workbench. It's been in the cabinet. I've had it sitting in the floor with just wires hooked up to it. It's show and tell what it is.
I can't.
This thing's been awesome, and it's heavy. It's got a hell of a magnet on it.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I know. I think it was Scott either posted a picture or you did of those, and then I think Kicker just posted a picture of like literally it looks identical, just a different freaking dust cap on. I swear to goodness of that era. You know what I mean?
Bobby
It really looked the same. Bobby B, no way. He's on the Trans Am at Disneyland.
Bobby!
I got these cool old school Vifas from 1998.
Yeah, those are nice too.
Yeah. I got them from Jason Owens, the guy at Q Logic. You can't, they're not freaking.
You gotta look at the Audio Buddy network, man.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, he's like, the thing with Jason Owens is, and Q Logic also, they're fantastic. And I got a freaking cool Q Logic prefab thing over there they send me. Jason Owens, if he finds out I want something, he pretty much ships it to me, and I'm like, F you, I have to take my money, bro. Like, don't just send me shit, dog. Like, and he's a great guy, dude. Shout out to Jason Owens.
Who's the guy that sends all the shit to Doug?
I don't know.
He's got all the old school stuff. He sends him all, like he sent him his Macintosh, the huge Macintosh amp.
You talking about Doug Bernard's, the sound man?
Yeah.
I don't know who sends the stuff to him.
There's a guy that specializes in old school stereo stuff, new old stock and all that, and I cannot remember who it is.
I have another chairs thing I'm gonna break out since you broke out the Rockford thing. I gotta grab it now.
I got a Rockford piece.
You guys should have told me it was show and tell. I got like 12 boom boxes over here.
And you just grab one of those speakers behind you. Just
yeah. Check it. Just look at it.
I'm doing show and tell with old Rockford stuff.
Oh, I love old Rockford stuff.
I'm doing the new build.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, dude, it's for a freaking Ford Festiva, bro. Ford Festiva kick panel or something like that. It was like a Ford Contour or something like that. Yeah, Q Film, Q Logic. I bought a set for my Nissan Hardbody and they sent me that. The freaking wicked awesome people, dude. Nice. I have to go downstairs to get the other cool shit.
Scott, I think your future son is traveling in a DeLorean. You are fading.
Yeah, I know. Whoa.
Don't sleep with your mom.
Marty, you gotta go back.
Man, that was like terrifying to me as a child. I'm like, no, Marty, no, don't do it.
It's your mom.
Kind of hot. Don't do it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I myself, I love old gear, but all my gems and jewels are stashed away downstairs, and I can't go down there with this, or I'll lose my signal.
David, come on your phone.
Dave, and yeah, you can do your phone fine. And you didn't sound bad last time, by the way. We didn't have an echo.
Yep. We're praying.
Yeah. So you said you're moving, El Fuego? What's up, man? What are you moving houses? What are you doing?
He's moving down the street. He likes the view down there better.
You're muted still. Yeah, you're muted still.
Dumb thumbs.
Yeah, my wife decided that we need another house, so now
we got another house.
Yeah, we bought a second house, so which was crippling to the audio budget because now I've got 2 mortgages. So,
but does it have a bigger garage?
It's got a bigger garage. I get my own indoor studio, so a whole room just for audio, and I'm taking big time cues from all you guys how to set that up.
Don't listen to me.
And then it also has it does have a bigger garage.
That's awesome.
I'll be able to I haven't been able to do much woodwork, you know. So I've got table saw, band saw, you know, compound miter saw, drill press. I got all this stuff, but I'm so compressed because I've got the audio whole setup in the garage along with the woodworking. So if I move that into a room, it'll free up the space, and I'll be able to actually do some woodworking.
Yeah,
Nice. That's what I'd like to do.
Hey, Kevin, maybe you're gonna sell the house you're in now, or what?
What's that?
You're gonna sell the house you're in now, or no?
No, we're gonna rent it.
Oh, I don't blame you.
That's the best way to do it if you can.
Yeah, Fuego, I understand being shoehorned. I don't have a garage at all. My house ain't that big, and pre-pandemic, I planned on taking my upstairs portion of my house, which is probably 40 by 40 with another 20 foot shooting off another direction, and turn that into my audio room because I got all that crap shoehorned into my basement / bunker. And it gets on my nerves because every time I go down there to do a project, I seem to just be shuffling stuff around. So I got one Vega that I need to get reconed. It's going to be a hybrid stroker. A friend of mine over in Denmark has kind of designed. And then all the other stuff I'm sure you've seen in my other videos that's shoehorned down there. I got speakers every freaking where.
That's the way it is too. Overrun. I have speakers in my bedroom. I have speakers in my living room, and like all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, my girlfriend's like, "Don't you bring another amplifier in this house? Don't you do it?"
And another one.
And another one. I just sneak them to the garage. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
Yeah,
it's terrible. It's like I wish I could just have them all in one room or one, so I can get them all in one picture. Just everything car audio that I have, and I can't. It's just everywhere, literally, in like you said, in all different rooms, the garage, everywhere. But it's like, I don't want to put everything in one room. I like having it when I'm going downstairs. I see kicker, you know what I mean? Or I have something here, and I go in the garage. I got stuff out there, you know what I mean? So it is, you know, it's cool, but you can't take the picture. But maybe you can do a little walk around.
Is that little room you're in, is that your, just like a closet type deal? Or?
This is literally a YouTube room. I kicked one of the kids out, said, you know what, find your own place to sleep. And now this is a YouTube room. No, for real though. So yeah, it's just a room. It's like literally 10 by 10. Got the corner here and maybe 8-10 feet that way. And my bench is over here. And then I got the amp wall over there and the door. It's practically a closet. It works though.
That's like me. I got my whole stereo shoehorned into a bedroom that's 12 by 10 by 12 or 12 by 10 by 10. And then the rest of my house, most of this was actually kind of a natural progression. I have another room at the back of the house, but my mother-in-law came to stay with me and then she passed, and now my daughter moved into it. But my son being special needs, when he first had his stroke and stuff, he wasn't real ambulatory, and I had to kind of move stuff around as I saw fit to accommodate for his wheelchair and stuff. And now he's kind of walking, so I might be able to move around a little bit. There's my living room out there. One of my other pair of Vegas out there on top of my wife's stand. That was one of the tricks for me having this setup in here, was she had to have a pair too. So
nice, might as well do it, man. My living room set never gets. I like rarely ever use it. It's a bad part. Like I have this sweet, Southern Vegas home theater set up, and it's like every once in a blue moon, like the what's up, RVH? Oh, you're on the road, bro.
Yeah, man. Can y'all hear me? Is this mic working?
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah, sound good.
Oh, okay. Good deal.
Look like you're in an airplane. Are you flying an airplane right now? Is that what's going on here?
No, I'm in my damn truck. I told y'all I have no lighting in here.
It looks fine, bro. You're good.
Good enough.
That's it. Blind.
That's sick, though, man. Yeah, heck yeah. But no, one thing I was going to go on about, that's why I'm so excited to get the Southern Thunder shop open, so I can just have me a test bench area, and I can take all my stuff there, and then I'm already going to have an amp wall and stuff like that. I'm planning it, bro. Like, I'm going to have my own area. I want to do a roll cart, guys. I'm going to take a roll cart and mount a resistive load bank to the bottom of it and roll amps out to the truck and hook them up to our battery bank, just do our RCA out of our amp because they're all at the back of our truck where the battery's at, and to be able to do subwoofer amplifier test off battery bank powered.
Nice.
Think about it. When we're like Joe's truck's 200 amp hour, we can power a 1,000-watt amp for freaking 50 gajillion years and not have it drop. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that'll be cool.
That's a lot of news.
Yeah.
Where's the shop going to be at, Scott?
We're in the Metro Atlanta area. We're literally going through city zoning and stuff like that in Marietta.
Oh, okay. Because I know the area well because I used to work at Vickers, and Sound Sensations.
You know freaking Mark and all those guys?
Yeah, man.
I didn't know that, bro. I know all those guys well. I was a Snap-on guy there for a decade, so I mean, like, I know all those guys. Yeah.
Small world.
I think I worked there from like 93 to, I would say that's how old I am, 93 to 98.
Rob, you might know my dad, bro. My dad, if you know that area, my dad had Rolling Thunder, Car Audio Addictions, ETF Performance.
You know what?
90s one.
So wait, he owned Rolling Thunder Car Audio. Is that what you're saying?
And John Ross.
saw something. Wait, what?
His partner's name was John Ross. Him and John Ross ran Rolling Thunder.
Okay, so he was part owner or whatever of that. I seen on Instagram, I think it was Bassheads R Us or one of the other ones, posted a video about them being on the news.
Oh, wow.
And it said Rolling Thunder Car Audio something, and then Too Loud or too loud, too something or whatever, like the Too Fast, Too Furious, and it was on the news. I will save it and send you that. I'm telling you.
They had a Sherwin Vega van they called the Terminator, and there was I was a young kid. It's like 92, 93. I was still literally a baby, but they literally ripped the roof open at a show, and they did it for, it was like they threw this wall in, and they didn't brace the roof properly. And they're like, we're rushing to get the show done. So they thought they were going to be like, this is stupid, or we're in trouble, or whatever. Like, you guys dummies didn't build the box right, whatever. And it was like a big publicity thing that it ripped the roof open or whatever, because it's like early 90s or whatever. But yeah, so it like shredded the roof seal or whatever. And it was like, oh my God. So like, this is before they had Instagram and stuff like that and Facebook and all that stuff. So they're like, oh, we're going to look like dummies or whatever. Next thing you know, it's like a PR thing pretty much. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I'm keeping a real close eye on the current owners of Vega. When Gibson bought them in 2002 and they had that sharp decline, it was a real bummer. And then they came back out with the Stroker Pro Classic. I was like, man, might be going somewhere, might be coming back into the modern age. It was like,
got some throw, bro. And I want the 6.5s. They make those new mid-bass Stroker 6.5s.
Yeah. My friends, I got a friend with a competition van that's sponsored out of Spain, and he's hoping to come to the States sometime, and you, I think, would love it. It's my buddy Stroker Nix. It's loaded. It's got all the new Stroker components in it. He's got a couple of the old fishbowl Strokers in it. He's got the Pro Classics. He's got Classics in it.
I think I saw that on the Stroker. He's got all the LED lights and stuff on it too, right, or whatever? Yeah, I've seen that one. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's my buddy Stroker Nix. Good dude. Apparently, they've got freaking laws over there about how loud you can go, too, which kind of sucks. So I'd like to come stateside and really open that thing and see what it can do.
Well, technically, in Georgia, we can get fined if they can hear you over 100 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. My brother got actually, I've never gotten a ticket, which is funny. He's half-ass into it. Was way back in the day. He got a ticket. 2 Pyramid Super Blue 12s on a Pyramid PB 600.
And you're like, how did? And now they'd be like, he doesn't need like, he doesn't. Even man has 140 dB. Don't pull him over, bro.
Yeah, which was laughable because there I was for cars, doing in the 140s, close to 150s. At that time was pretty good, but there was definitely, but so it was hysterical. It was just like, are you really kidding me? You're getting pulled over right now.
Dude, I remember being like late 90s, and the shop demo truck did a 54, and they're like, watch out, that can hurt your heart. Like seriously, like that'll hurt you. Now, if you're not driving around 155 dB or whatever, like, who are you, bro?
I went. Before I jumped to Vickers, I was out in Greenwood, South Carolina, at a shop out there called Thunder Road. We had they had a GMC Jimmy. We were chasing Alma Gates for the world record. They had somehow crammed 24 Black Magic or Volcano 12s in that thing on 2 US amps VLX 400s.
It's a big one.
That was a 400 watt amp doing every bit of like 3600.
Oh, for sure.
And that thing was doing 160s in like 1992, 1993.
That's insane. At like 55, 60 hertz, though.
Yeah, it was.
You don't want to sit in that. You do not want to sit in that.
No, it's probably like a 154 in today's meter, but still at 60 hertz. That's loud.
but they were, that was their whole game, was how many woofers they could cram into something. And when I got there, we actually got it to a 163, which would have beat. We had the meter, and we were waiting to go to a show. Disconnected 8 of the subs and actually picked up 3 dB.
Oh, wow.
Even with the
Yeah, I was like, go ahead.
Oh, I said even with the sympathetic losses, did you guys like short the coils on the other drivers to keep the energy, or?
No, I was just looking at I was looking at some of the cars they had done, and I was scratching my head because they had a Nissan Pulsar. If y'all remember that little car,
I love Pulsar.
and it had the little add a wagon hatch thing on it, and they had like 812s crammed into that thing, and it was like, why are y'all using so many woofers for?
Yeah.
I was like, we need to get more. You to get more power to less drivers equals more SPL.
Yep.
I mean, but back then everybody was just trying to cram woofers, but yeah.
Maybe you can.
Yeah, I was thinking of the enclosed space acting kind of like a bandpass, as we all know. Like a friend of mine, he would disconnect woofers, and then we'd short the coils on the inactive drivers so that they weren't sucking away some of the energy hystonically in the enclosure, and it helped keep some numbers, a surprising amount, like 0.3, 0.4 dB in some cases.
Well, we had the diamond type box.
All were doing diamond.
And disconnected the back for the back.
That always makes me take and wonder. Like you see all those old SPL builds, and it's like always triangle ports. So like especially the stroker ones, they would always be like the same flat wall with a triangle port on each corner of it or whatever. And you're like, how do you tune that?
The stroker's origin to PA in the 70s when Gene was developing it, it was supposed to be for the sensor round system as a
theater subwoofer.
You know what? A triangle port wouldn't be that bad. It might be almost the step below an arrow port as an efficiency because everything is centered in the center of a triangle compared to a rectangle port.
Not really a rectangular square port per se. I know what you're talking. We're just talking like a sealed, subs and sealed enclosure. And I guess today everybody would be like, "Oh, it's a fourth order." No, It's not a fourth order. I don't know. I get into lingos. For most fourth orders to me, you're not really ordering anything. You're just kind of a waveguide.
Yep.
You're just pressurizing the wave, pushing it forward. It's not really. You're not crossing over. You're not really creating an order. You're just creating a waveguide.
Yeah, because they're all, and it's usually circuit, like you'll see it go all the way around most of those. And you'll see a lot of clamshells in the old school SPL boxes too. I like the clamshell boxes.
The amphitheater effect, yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, right? You're only letting certain wavelengths of certain frequencies pass through that second order.
Well, an order, like how I always understood order, especially way back then, and so coming after a hiatus, hearing all the lingos, it's like scratching my head because like a bandpass box would be a fourth order because you're kind of creating a crossover point that only you got the sealed back, you got the front ported, and it's only letting a specific frequency out, and frequencies above that are not really heard.
Specificity, you keep the driver within its operating passband, and any of those unwanted frequencies you basically acoustically cancel.
Right. And I think too, with it being an order, you have to obviously have to be able to specify that you have to have a ratio, and then obviously, so like you'll have the ported chamber is going to have a bunch of dead space, and like that old style box, you really don't have that. It's like the middle is the pointing point for the port, pretty much.
Yeah, it's just lingo that I had to be like, huh? I give up on arguing. it. I'm kind of giving in, going, okay, yeah, it's a fourth order. Okay.
Oh, for sure. If you talk kicker guys and say fourth order or sixth order enclosure, then they're just going to be like, no, sir, no, don't you say those around these parts.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, well, I was the same way. Like, huh? It's a what? Looks like a waveguide to me, basically. But okay, got to call it something cool, right?
Heck yeah, Sean, you've been into car audio a long time too, man. When did you start getting into car audio?
It was probably about 92. I had a buddy that lived down the street. He pulled up one day, picked me up to go to school, and he turned up the radio, and he had a Series 112 behind the seat. And I had never heard bass. I've been to car shows and seen speakers, but this was back in the 90s, and nobody really turned their stereos on. Everybody just had like the fucking waffle grates over their speakers and some strobe lights and shit, and nobody turned their stuff on. And he pulled up and was bumping Too Short or something one day. I don't even know what it was. And I was more interested in building a box than I was actually listening to the bass, because this box looked like absolute ass. And I was like, man, I could build a better box than that. Let me build a box for you. And I built a box, and it sounded a lot better than what his did. And then that kind of hooked me. And the next thing you know, I'm like, hey, I want a Series 112. No, I want 2 Series 112s. And then I get my first car, and then I get a Jensen amp to power them. And then I saved up and got a Punch 60. And then, it's just kind of, it's all downhill from there.
Heck yeah.
So, and all we had was Fosgate around here. Because that's, you guys talk about all these different brands and stuff, but we didn't have any of that stuff around here. If you didn't have Fosgate, there was some Kenwood and Pioneer, and that was the only brands we had. We didn't have any type of linear power or Ryan or any of that stuff around here. So when I go out and I look for old car audio, the only thing I'm finding is Fosgate. I'm finding some Jensen, some Pioneer. I'm not finding any really decent brands because nobody bought it around here. It's so expensive anyway. And I live in kind of this, crackhead type town where nobody had any money anyway. So whatever you see is just some old crappy.
Yeah, I pass up a whole lot of punch amps. A whole lot of punch amps. Yeah.
That's what you're hearing. I'm in Des Moines, Iowa, and we have a couple at best decent audio shops around. Ford and Garland's been there for like 50 years. They always carry the best shit. They get like the PPI stuff, they get the Fosgate stuff, the Kenwood stuff, the Kicker stuff. I was just talking to them about Kicker the last time I was in there getting a high input adapter. But it was kind of few and far between. A lot of the stuff we got to experience and play with here came from like Chicago or Minneapolis or KC. There's people coming in or traveling through, coming down to like Ultimate Electronics, now defunct on the weekends. That's where we do our sound offs. We'd all go crash them on a Saturday and play our cars against each other, just sort of informally. And then they started giving trophies. Mine's buried in a box some damn where. I haven't seen it in probably 10 years.
Sean, I'm digging that B2 shirt, dog.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite shirts. I don't know. You know what? I got this at Slamology, and I bought it, and it had no tags in it. And I don't know whose shirt this is or what brand this is, but this is one of the best shirts I have.
Hell yeah. I'll tell Andrew that. Andrew Flowers, B2 guy. The Andrew
Why does that
whatever.
name sound familiar? Andrew
He's the B2 guy. Andrew Showers, I think, something like that. Anyway, he's freaking the dude. Those B2 rampages, man. That basket they did on those is beautiful, bro.
That'd be
B2 stuff and incriminator stuff is two stuff I'll probably never own, but both of it's awesome stuff.
Yeah, Casey had a Incriminator 40.1. I wanted to get one of those keychains, bro. I should have got one.
I got this back in 90-something.
Oh, gotcha. What's his face was making the repro ones or whatever? The
PEB? You talking about that one?
No, not the PEB one. There's another guy that's 3D printing old Rockford badges and stuff like that. He does the DSM logos.
No, I got this at like finals in like 90-something.
Oh, wow.
In like Tennessee or something. This is an original. They had a big old bowl of these on the table, and I grabbed a couple, and this is the only one I have left.
Oh, wow. Dude, I need me one of those.
It's just rubber.
Yeah, the new ones this guy prints are 3D printed. So this is the original one.
That's awesome.
Rockford reeled a lot of people in back in the day, including me. So
I only seen these different brands when I'd go to like finals or travel to go to car shows. I didn't see any of these odd brands. They had like a Sony Explode van that was awesome back in the day, back when they had their like octagon shaped subwoofers. Mm-hmm. And I can remember this dude just blasting like Kid Rock on it or something. And it actually sounded better than half the stuff there. Just because it was, I think it was a little bit underpowered. But everybody had, all the games turned up and everything. So everybody's trying to be louder than everybody in a building, which is just echoing everywhere.
That's back when you see all these shows would be indoor shows too. Yeah.
Yeah, so they were all indoor shows.
Never meet her inside a building. You may be louder.
Sounded horrible.
He's always cracks me up in the extents and all the ones that came out after Kicker said they were going to do the square sub. You started seeing all the multifaceted designs. I even saw a freaking triangle woofer once. I think it was a pile.
SAS Bazooka come out.
Half the cone area.
Yep.
I don't know what they were thinking on that one, but it looks awesm. I always
sold the
wanted
shit up the base tubes, bro. Bazooka
One
sold the
times the price.
Yeah.
Poor Bazooka. Poor Bazooka.
Speaking of Bazooka, man, like I even saw like a off-road RZR forum over there, and like they're even still plugging Bazooka tubes for like the side by sides and stuff like that. And they even say like you're not going to be happy with the output, but here's a $100 base tube. You know what I mean? So like it's pretty much. Yeah.
Well, you know what? What was really sad about Bazooka and what really killed them was the warranty stuff. Because when we was at Vickers, we carried them and distributed them. And God, we had to do so many warranties, and even on the retail side, they sounded so good and they had so much output. The issue is everybody wanted more, and then they just ended up pushing the driver beyond what it could do. I mean, it was just really sad because they did sound good and they did have some serious output for what they were, especially little cheap $10 driver they had in there.
Right.
That's one of the reasons I love what's going on with audio now. Andy's show, your show, Scott, and what I'm kind of stupidly doing on my channel. 20, 30 years ago, we'd have killed kind of sharing of information.
Right.
Like, you buy something now, somebody else has probably already vetted it out and sees right through all the bullshit.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I think the knowledge that we have, like you said, from then, it's night and day, man. If you're starting out in the community, just being a basshead, doing what we do, there's not a better time. Right. Yeah. There's so much information out there. All you got to do is look, open your eyes.
I was on the Realm of Excursion forum. That's where I got into most of my larger audio learned was the Realm of Excursion forum. And and even then that was still like half, it's kind of like now you got to take it for a grain of salt and some of these non-vetted posters and stuff like that. And that's like enclosures and learning about speakers and all kinds of stuff like that. And I got lucky because I grew into it. My dad, having multiple shops, stuff like that. But there's only so much you can learn by just being the helper and the stuff sweeping the floors in the shop. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Back in the dinosaur days when I was roaming the earth, I would drop a quarter, and this is telling you how long ago. I'd drop a quarter in the city bus and take the bus almost 30 miles just to go to the stereo shop because they didn't have my driver's license yet. So just to check out the gear.
That's sick though. That's one thing I want to do about what in my store and stuff like that. It's like I want to have like the Disneyland of car audio. Like, kid can show up and see a ZV6 18, sitting on display or freaking Assault 12K. Like put it in his freaking arms and be like, let's take a picture with you with it, buddy. You know what I mean? Like I think, and people need that because like the kid, like I said before, like the kid's not gonna buy a ZV6. He's gonna freaking be daydreaming about the ZV6 every freaking day and night, and he's gonna buy an LCS or SA Classic or something like that. And I'm gonna be his go-to guy. You know what I mean? I think I'm really looking forward to that.
Scott, that is badass because one of the things me and my buddies used to do before we could afford shit, we were just rum-dum kids that loved this stuff. We could only get our dirty hands on what we could. Was we'd always try and go and check out the stuff that we'd read about in Car Stereo Review or Lowride or just to see. Mm-hmm. And it was so damn hard. Like... But that was the people that did let us go down and play with stuff like Ford and Gar. Hey, come in and check it out. We don't care that you can't afford it yet, but you might be able to. We're going to treat you with respect. Passing that love that we have, and
for sure.
And those memories I've got, man. I have so many wonderful memories just going and being able to play with stuff. And what pisses me off now is with the seeming extinction of the brick and mortar fucking hi-fi shop and these static displays you can't even check out. Like, it's eye candy. I'd like to see something like you said, an audio Disneyland where you can not only go in and look at it but play with it and get an idea.
Right.
That depends on that experience. Being able to form what sound profile you actually like to listen to is crucial.
Oh, for sure. Right. I go to so many of these shops now because, obviously I'm a distributor now, so I go make contact with these shops and get sent in the shop. And you can definitely see the difference in how busy a shop is by the ones that have nice product out on display. And you go to a lot of them and they'll have stuff, but it's behind the glass cabinet or on the shelf behind them on a wall, I'm like, bro, put that puppy out the middle of the room, dog. Like, put it on the shelf where they can pick it up. You know what I mean? Because trust me, like, if they're aware, if they break it, they buy it. Okay, 1. 2, what's the worst case? You're going to fingerprint it, something like that? It's already displayed. So, I mean, like, make a sale out of it. Freaking like, hey, bro, I'll give you, whatever % off this one. It's a display model. You're going to sell the car audio. Yeah.
Buy,
I think we ruined it though from like the displays at like Walmart. You know what I mean? Going there playing 20 hertz on the maybe that's why they quit.
I couldn't do 20 hertz. There was the CD or an aux cable. It was with Lucky.
Right.
The best. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you just got to play put on 27 hertz.
Yeah.
It'll get it. It'll get
you
it.
Got another local rap station. Okay, like that's.
That's what's changed so much though. Back in the day, if you wanted to know about a speaker, you had to go to the store and listen to it. And now, if you want to know about a speaker, if I want to know about a sub, I get on my phone, I look up YouTube, and then I start looking through videos. And I try to find out, it's like, that's how I found Derek. I was just literally sitting in here, digging around in my garage and found my old Rockford stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'll go on YouTube and look this stuff up. And then I start looking at videos. And next thing I know, I'm like, oh, they had dyno videos on these things, and then I'm going, well, back in the day, I'd tell somebody, my 250M down at 1 ohm. I was like, I put that about 750 watts, 800 watts. I was like, no, it didn't. It's a 250 watt amp. And then I get on YouTube and I'm like, well, fuck, I was right. It was about 700 watts or so.
Yeah.
So, I mean, nowadays, if you want to learn something, you just kind of look it up online. You don't have the experience of walking in and touching it and feeling it and playing with it and listening to it, which, it sucks, but that's kind of how things are nowadays.
Yeah, I had a similar experience with like the dyno thing. So, Derek got me. That's how I got back into car audio. So I bought the stereo for my Corvette that sat in the box in my garage for like a year and a half. And I bought the Excursion. I'm like, I'm going to pop this radio in. Like, I got a P2 and an amp laying around too. Throw that in. I started watching dyno videos, and I was after that.
That's how I got hooked again too.
I
blame it all on him.
Yeah, for sure.
Derek got us all.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I got a whole garage full of nostalgia. It's Derek's fault.
I gotta give Big D a lot of credit, man. I've referenced his videos to show people stuff. What he did with that amp dyno and just being able to show the old school stuff was like unprecedented. I found him probably 6-7 years ago on YouTube when I first run into his channel. And I can't tell you, it's been countless times I've referenced his amp dynos or his old school stuff just to show people that were unfamiliar with the hobby, some of the meat and potatoes of what really goes on.
Right. Yeah, I didn't mean to cut that off, but yeah, I had a similar thing on the amp dyno thing. I'm thinking about it because I had a brain fart. I had that, I sent him that Rockford T302 he dynoed, which he had a new one in box he showed on video too. But I told him, I was like, man, this thing's got to be making more power than 300 watts by 2 channels, bro. I was like, I had this on my Stroker 15. It was giving it the beans, bro. Like, and sure enough, like he gets it into like 4 times the rated power. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. I sent you an amp that I threw that in for free. So I sent him a T1504 that I sold him, which he hasn't dynoed yet. I wish he would. I'd love to see the T1504 get dynoed. But so I was like, okay, I love you, Big D. I'll give you a freebie one. I got this T404 and I got a T302. Which one do you want? And so he took the 302. I wish I was kind of like, oh, thank God, I wanted to keep the 4-channel. I was like, damn, I should have kept the 302 now. I should have given the 4-channel.
Yeah.
I haven't sent it back. That horrible pyramid equalizer.
Yeah.
That put out like 30
man. I'm the odd man out. I love Fosgate. I was never a Fosgate fan.
It's okay.
I don't know. There was just something about them. It was like, oh, God. But y'all mistaken. Y'all made a mistake earlier. I wasn't looking for old kicker amps. I was looking for old first-gen Mats amps.
Oh, Mats. Yeah.
I know when you put that on there, I'm like, I never heard of a 2020, 2050. I'm like, does he mean 2500?
No. I mean the old. I'm talking like 1992, 1993 Mats first gen amps. God, I had some of those. Those were, and I also put the question because somebody mentioned earlier about amps with all the crossover networks. I wish amps would quit it. We got DSP and everything now. We don't need all the crossover network in the amps. We need better sound quality amps is what we need. We don't need more bells and whistles.
I think to an extent though, but I think you still have to have a standard for like a high pass and low pass crossover and slope though, because
use a DSP.
So many people don't want to make the investment. I don't have a DSP in my truck though.
I don't have one either, but
yeah.
But if you got an aftermarket head unit, you got it built in. I'm not talking for everybody every day. I'm talking as an offering.
Oh,
Just
for
like,
sure.
hey, here's our, better sound quality amplifier for right about the same money. But you're not going to find that. You're going to find the $10 components that make the crossovers, and then because they upgrade some, capacitors and transistors and resistors, audio file grade quality, they're going to charge $500 more for an amplifier.
So
And
does having the crossovers make it sound worse, or is it because of the budget of the amplifier they have to cut back?
Yeah, because when you add something to it it's a perceived value to crossovers and stuff. They're cheap for them to add, but so is upgrading the capacitors and the output devices. They're cheap too.
Rob, I can't think of the name of it now. The guy retired from Vickers or from Sound Station, worked there like 40 years. Ken? Crap. It's gonna drive me nuts now. I got an ADS plate amplifier from Vickers, and the guy was retiring, and he was like, "Man, I haven't heard ADS." I was like, because I did this for like a year. I was like, I would go to all my car audio shows. What old school shit you got laying around, And he was like, "What you got?" And I was like, "I'll take Rockford, ADS, whatever." He's like, "I haven't heard that name in years." It's driving me nuts now. I can't think of the guy's name that retired.
I was like Eminem.
Yeah. You would know him because you worked
for them either.
Well, I may have been in the warehouse. When I did Sound Sensations thing, they opened a retail store down by the airport in Riverdale. And I went from the warehouse and down there to open it up and to run it for a while, and then got back up to being a sales rep in the warehouse.
Nice. We got a new guy. What's up, Adir?
Oh, hey, brother.
Heck yeah. But
he's got himself muted. But what's going on, man?
I know. I was fumbling around, hit all kind of buttons.
What's up, man?
Same shit, different day.
What'd you say to me earlier? Osseo? Okay.
I like that you bring up the MANS amps. It seems like everyone that uses them has like a fetish for them and loves them.
Well, I love those because they use the TO3 output transistors, and there was no crossovers, no nothing. It was straight in, straight out. And they were just the best sounding amps. They're just embedded in my memory as the best sounding amps that I had ever owned.
Yo,
there's something to be said for
he's here.
Bro,
what's going on?
Oh my goodness.
Show us the build. We got Jake too.
Yo, he made it.
Get me out of the house.
Oh, nice.
Dude, these things are a bitch.
Show us now. You're solo in here.
Yeah.
Are those prides?
Yeah. Show us the amps, buddy. Show us the amps.
While we showing and telling, y'all look at this. Ooh, yeah, that Freightliner radio. Y'all see that? Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all know nothing about that.
The surrounds on the prides are bigger than the cutout. So it's a 17-inch cutout.
About half inch.
It's a half inch bigger on the surrounds. They're just trying to squeeze in every inch of cone area.
Wow.
Yeah, I never thought about having a subwoofer, the surround being larger than the cutout.
I didn't either. Me and Jake neither did. And now here we are.
Known about it, Orion.
Oh.
Hey,
another
don't
thing.
waste time out.
Here.
Oh, God.
Can y'all see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's whose truck is that? Is that yours?
This is a customer's truck we're doing.
I was gonna say, damn, Casey.
It's on the front camera. I don't know how to change it.
There's a setting, but don't worry about it. It looked good. I could see. Just pan it to us.
Oh, lucky I'm not home. I might be a
Yeah,
potato.
there we go.
There we go.
Oh yeah, I blacked out. My dome lights timed out. I can't get them cut back on.
Oh, he did wrap inside?
Yep, it's all felted inside.
Hey, you know it, freaking Casey. Who's the older guy that was at Sound Sensations, the installer?
Are you talking about Clayton?
No,
Clayton's the older guy.
the other one. He had the red
died?
toolbox. He retired. He had the red top and bottom toolbox. He retired.
Got those
Are you
people
talking
by
about
the
Keith?
toolbox.
Keith. What's his last name?
Keith was a shop foreman
Keith.
for years.
What was his last name?
You had to ask
Well,
me.
Keith sounds familiar. If he was there during the time that oh crap, Jeff Smith was there, then yeah,
He's
I probably know him.
Who's
Then.
on here?
I can't think of his last name. You would know him though. Yeah, but anyways, mad respect. He gave me an ADS plate amp. It's dead, but I got an ADS plate amp.
It's dead, but make a nice. You go to Walmart and get a clock kit for it, and make a nice clock out of it.
You got to pretty much because it's got like the plate amplifiers on the board. People don't repair those.
Yeah, dude. There you go. That's Apple issues for you.
Look at these handsome people. You also have terrible services.
But yeah, so Jake came out here with
there
the
we go.
router and tried to save my ass because the cutouts weren't big enough, and then we just wound up normal mounting them anyways.
The issue was that they had to go a half inch, and my bit only, it's a upholstery bit. It cuts a 30-second out per pass. Then you plunge it back down. There's a flush bearing on the bottom. So you make the hole a 16th bigger per pass, and that was going to be what? Like
8 passes, 9 passes. Yeah.
And then
It
trying
kept
to
getting
hold
shaky.
it on the, because there's a flush trim, and the flush trim's obviously back, trying to hold a router there and trying to hold it flat. It just wasn't working out.
Yeah.
You just got a jigsaw and eyeball it. Just draw out the line.
No,
You'll be
Yeah,
all right.
I have a jigsaw here with a big blade too. I was like, I'm
See?
just gonna fucking cut this thing. He's like, don't do it. I'm on my way.
Do it.
Just got to give her the old rub down, just massage it a little bit. Give her a little bit of love there.
I've never been able to massage something a half inch.
I know,
So
right?
since the surrounds are bigger than the cutout, you couldn't invert those, could you?
That's what I'm saying. That's the reason I couldn't invert them, is because it's actually like 17.5 inches with the cutout.
Ooh.
Or with the, I'm sorry, if you invert them with the surround, it's like 17.5 inches. I wish I could show y'all. How do I? Oh, hold on.
Show us the amps. Go back to the amps.
Just do this from my phone. Like I
There we
know
go.
how to operate it.
Okay. You see how wide the surround is?
Mm-hmm.
But the actual cutout.
Well, that's just spooky looking. You can get these dumb lights back.
Oh, no.
Look at all this nice bracing.
That's where unique stuff gets on my nerves. It'd be nice if they had just a regular round basket and you could make a standoff for it and go ahead and invert it that way. But yeah.
That's what we were gonna do, and then I was like, nah. I mean, at this point, so I drilled these, and they look terrible. I played over this, so I can always change it later. And then we put them down here. So
At least you had enough mounting depth to mount them that way.
Yeah, for sure. Go to the amps. I did the artwork on these amps, and it looks sick.
High roller.
Oh, nice.
Power Hog. I've heard of them.
Yeah, me too. There's this fella named Scott I've run into in a few chats here. There seems like a pretty solid feller.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm actually not affiliated with Power Hog anymore, really, but yeah, still in support of them and stuff like that, too.
I know, and I almost bought a couple subwoofers and all kinds of stuff, man.
You still can. They're still available.
I know, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
It was kind of like a conflict of interest thing being a Sundown distributor, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
this is my ceiling brace.
You gotta sign like an NDA or some shit.
I had to like sign with blood in my first. I did Jacob Fuller. I was my firstborn child.
Is this coming in clear, guys?
Do they do the same thing Kicker does, where like they like cut your cheek a little bit,
Yeah,
and
they
then you,
hook me out, yeah.
no.
I love that blue. Oh, that's gorgeous.
There's lights in that too.
It lights up. Yeah, Scott Bowman did this. He even gave me an XT60, like an RC plug, so I could disconnect it if I ever need to service anything.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, dude, this thing's sick. If I find a drill battery. Where's the drill battery? I would light it up. I don't know where the battery is. But I just wanted to hop in and say hey to you guys. Sorry,
Where's Jordan at? Where's Jordan Bailey at?
They're going to be at the house in about 30 minutes, so I need to head out of here now.
Hell yeah.
And then we'll be
Thanks
back
for stopping
tomorrow.
by, Casey. I missed you.
Yeah, man.
And actually, guys, while we got Casey here, let's go ahead and wrap this puppy up because I got to go get girlfriend snacks before she gets home from work. A, B, we're over the time a little bit. So, again, everyone, freaking El Fuego, freaking RGA, Dr. Boom,
Yeah, guys.
Scott Mall himself, Casey, Andy, the guy, Deer. He's pretty cool. It was a great episode, guys. I had a lot of freaking fun.
Absolutely, man. We'll have to do this again and get everybody on. It was a blast.
Yeah, we'll have to do it with you guys.
Thanks for putting up with me. You guys picked a good time too. My wife just got home, so it's time to carry groceries.
Heck yeah, that's great.
Good luck with that.
Thanks, everybody. Andy, check your Gmail. One of your Gmail accounts. I sent you some texts.
Got you, man. Yeah, get ready. We'll be live on my show momentarily. I'm going to go help Dave out, see if we can fix out his audio thing. So
Okay.
get going for that.
All right, boys.
It
I'll
was
probably
good with you guys.
get you after, Andy.
We'll have to catch you again, Adir. I don't know if I'm saying that right, man. We'll catch you on the next one, bro. We'll do more of these, man. We'll take in. I like having people on. The hour flew by, bro. Flew by.
Yeah, it did.
Absolutely.
I didn't even realize what time it was.
Yeah, everyone, have a fantastic evening. Don't drink and drive. Be safe. We got Dave chiming in here at the very end of it. I don't think his camera's loading. But Dave! Show him the tattoo. Show him the tattoo.
And he's gone.
All right, fellas. Have a good night.
Oh.
Is it echoing?
No,
you sound
fine.
good.
Yeah, you sound good. Hell yeah. Catch the tail end of it. We still got Sean in here, so it's still a party.
Everyone's bouncing.
It's not echoing here, though. It's not echoing on your end.
Yep.
Sorry.
You did
80,
something.
you're going live next?
Yep, I'll be live in 10, 15 minutes.
I'll be there.
Hey, Dave,
Sounds
we got to
good,
end it.
man.
Give me a forearm shot, bro. Yes, look at that shit.
Look at
dog.
that.
Look at that
That's
shit.
still shiny,
That's
man. Look at that
dude,
thing.
Let me smack you. You set the ink yet, Dave? You set that shit? Hell yeah. I'm going to hit the end stream, guys. Everyone have a fantastic weekend. I appreciate you guys. Dave, we're going to get you on. Both of you guys.
Take it easy, man. Have a good night.
We're going to interview both of y'all. You'll get your own episode. I'm telling you.
I'll be here.